Welcome back to What the Flick. That's Alonso, that's Christy, I'm Matt. Got some interesting movie news, some possible casting news, and some release date news that we want to talk about today. First one, there's some rumors going around about a Green Lantern movie. Now, we all probably remember the Green Lantern movie that starred Ryan Reynolds. It's terrible, so bad that even Reynolds himself will admit to it, and they riff on it.
I didn't hate it at the time, but I suspect if I watched it now, I'd be like, oh yeah.
It's so stupid. Look, like there's some decent effects in it, but it's bad.
It's not a good Peter Sarsgaard role.
No, look, like if the DC universe was trying to do stuff in the classic Adam West campy Batman zone, sure. Fine. That's a movie that would fit within the Schumacher Batman years, but otherwise it's not very good.
It definitely doesn't fit with the Zack Snyder stuff, but although that's something in its favor, maybe.
Right. So there's news coming out recently. I saw this on Screen Rant that Chris McQuarrie is in the running to direct a Green Lantern movie. And Chris McQuarrie directed the last Mission Impossible, and he did he direct The Mummy?
He wrote Layer Cake. No, he wrote Usual Suspects.
Right, but lately he did like the 2 Jack Reacher movies.
Right, that's it.
He's
Jack
like
Reacher
Tom
movies.
Cruise's go-to guy.
So the rumor and the talks are going around is that maybe Tom Cruise might play Hal Jordan, which was the Green Lantern character that Ryan Reynolds played.
How old is this person?
Well, so there's a couple of things going around about that. There's a writer, and I can't remember his name, who's talked about potentially doing a Jon Stewart, not the comedian, the comic book character, a Jon Stewart Green Lantern movie. I've heard people pitch Ricky Whittle from American Gods as in that role, which could be interesting. In which case, you might have Tom Cruise come back as kind of a veteran Hal Jordan, because that's the one
as a mentor kind of
right, the mentor.
Well, yeah, look, in the wake of Black Panther, which is like now the 5th highest grossing film ever made or something insane like that, after 3 weeks, this movie is printing money, and DC has a great black superhero, which is the Jon Stewart Green Lantern. Right. Yeah, make that one. Don't make another Hal Jordan one with Tom Cruise, who is, as you point out, decades too old.
Also, how does this impact Tom Cruise's allegedly launching a whole Universal monster verse?
Oh, that's dead.
It's like he did that Mummy. Are they not going to roll out all those movies now?
The Mummy put the kibosh on the dark universe.
So now he's on the market.
They sealed that sarcophagus back up. They reburied it.
No one is reopening that tomb.
Sealed, right? Is it? Truly.
But no, it's like, I think, look, we tried the regular Green Lantern once, it didn't work. Not that you couldn't go back to that well. Tom Cruise famously wanted to play Iron Man back in the day, and
too bad.
Probably best for everyone involved that he didn't. But yeah, I think if DC, again, they're always a little late with this stuff. They didn't start generating
catch up.
They didn't really generate interest in doing a Justice League movie until the Avengers hit.
And then it wasn't good when they did do it.
Because they did it too fast. They didn't make
the George Miller one when they had the chance, and then they rushed into it and it didn't work out. So it's like, all right, if you're gonna now enter into the black superhero world, yes, you've got Black Lightning on TV, but in the movies, you've got Jon Stewart just sitting there waiting to go. Do that one.
Now, my pitch because they're talking about this as a Green Lantern Corps, right?
Which they should.
Which would be great. My pitch for this movie, please, dear God, in the name of all that's holy, do not tell us the origin story of a Green Lantern.
No.
Like, all you need to know, start the movie off with the title card. These guys have rings, the rings give them powers, done. That's all you need to know. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, zip past that. I mean, Spider-Man: Homecoming didn't have one. Black Panther, for the most part, weaved it in subtly. But yeah, just cut to the chase.
Right.
And yeah, do the core. Give us Gnort and Mogo and whatever. I'm not making these up. These are actual things. Have some fun with
There's
it.
There's a whole planet.
And yeah, do the aliens. Do the F-sharp bell. All the really obscure ones. What the hell? I don't care. But have fun with it. Give us that army, and then go off in different directions in the sequels if you want, and make this one about I'm blanking on the actual the major ones, but you know who I mean, nerds. So like let's. This is a fun property that they're sitting on. They can actually do something interesting with. Don't grim and gritty it. Don't make it dark. It doesn't have to be shiny and funny,
cops.
and it doesn't have to be Marvel. Exactly, they're space cops.
Okay,
go with it.
The other story that I wanted to talk about, because this is super inside baseball, but it is kind of interesting. So the Rampage is the Dwayne Johnson movie based on the video game. This is one of the more insane adaptations of a video game you can imagine. But it was supposed to be released April 20th. It's now moved up to April 13th. Why? Because Infinity War has moved to the end of April.
Right.
And here's why that's a big deal. For years, Hollywood has started the summer. They've redefined what summer is. Summer in Hollywood
it used to start on Memorial Day.
Right, but summer is now the first weekend in May,
right,
all the way through to the end of August. That's summer, right? Now it's encroaching into April. Now, at one point, a few years back, one of the Iron Man movies, one of the Marvel movies was gonna be the last weekend of April, and at some point that got changed back because I think society wasn't ready for summer to start in April.
My calendar still says April.
Right, but Avengers Infinity War opens in April.
Yeah.
Which means that the summer movie season starts in April, which is bonkers, right? Also, we get 3 Marvel movies this year.
What? There's
and 2 and another Star Wars before we're done, right?
Yeah.
Can award season be all year long too, so we're not having to cram in everything in November?
We're also getting Ant-Man and Wasp, but towards the end of the year. So we have 3.
No, that's in July.
Oh, right, in July.
So we're also getting what? Something. Oh, well, you had Black Panther.
Black Panther, right.
Yeah, okay.
That was this year.
So
that was this year.
Yeah.
I know. It all blurs
like 2 weeks
together
ago.
now.
Yeah. So I think that's it. Look, again, super inside baseball. Probably nobody cares but us and those of us that cover this stuff. But it's
I don't care, but here we are.
10 years from now, we're going to be saying like, summer movie season starts in March.
Well, I feel like last
summer's
summer,
in March,
though,
but I got to stay in school for months.
I'm blanking on what it is because I don't have my calendar in front of me. It's in here somewhere. But I feel like last summer we had a movie that opened in April that was like a big blockbuster, and it felt like the encroachment had begun.
Well, last year we had like Beauty and the Beast open early in the year. We had Power Rangers open early in the year.
Count.
Like no, but that's a movie that feels like it would be a summer movie.
It's meant to be like a big dumb popcorn movie. Yeah.
Typically, movies that get released in March and April, you can tell the studio isn't that like they're hopeful, but they're not necessarily that confident because they know the bigger money's in the summer. But for Avengers Infinity War to move up to April, that's kind of a big deal, unless maybe it's bad.
Well, there's probably just like a glut of these movies, and there aren't that many weekends in a year, like 52 of them, right? Well, there aren't that many. There's a finite number of weekends.
And we are finding out the fact that Black Panther's making all this money in February, which was always considered to be this just like dumping ground point of the year. These giant franchisee movies that people are going to go see whenever the hell they emerge. And so now it's time for it's just going to be all Marvel all the time. I don't know.
All right.